Inside out. Good afternoon, coaches. Today's short session is really about giving players a chance to have different looks at 1v1s with attack, defense, transition, and of course opposition manifest in our 1v1. Basic setup, we have our 10 by 20 grid approximately, and you can of course adjust based on your players. And we have red neutrals on either end line, our target players in the middle are going to be playing towards. And the end line player is going to be starting with the ball, and they're going to play to the attacker who is situated on this 1/3 line. Now the space between this is kind of key because as you notice the defender who's over here is on this 2/3 line. Once the ball is played to this attacker, as soon as the ball is played, the defender can then step in to defend, and they need to step in to defend because this player's job is of course to get the ball across to the north side neutral. Now as soon as this player plays the ball, if the defender holds, this player can keep their eyes open, see their space in behind, play it behind. They can also dribble, see if they can commit the defender, and play the ball across. And of course, the end line player doesn't have to stay right in the middle, they can move across. Now, a key piece with this is the space between the defender and the attacker from the starting point. When we have younger players who are still developing, how they can, see the field, where's the opposition, how can I receive the pass and then move forward looking for that target behind. They want to have a little bit of a gray space from which they can operate. If they are allowed to be back-to-back, that's going to create a bit of a challenge. Now, it's not a challenge that might be unattainable for some older players or higher level players, and that's certainly something you can do is adjust that spacing. But really, that space is there to encourage players to develop those better habits of looking to see where the defender is, how can I receive the ball in such a way that's going to allow me to attack and drive forward into that green highway, into that space, and be successful as we go across. If the blue player defender wins the ball, yellow tries to dribble, blue player wins it. Blue player simply has to play to either of the red targets to restart the play. And once the red target has the ball and the restart is done, or once a point is scored, our players reset to the 3rd line position. So blue wins possession as a defender and plays it to the red target. They now become the attacker and they will receive the ball to play to try to beat that central defender forward. And of course, with this, adjust that space as necessary. And also, after each game, kind of encourage a slightly different variation. If you want to encourage players to receive and drive out, adjusting space as such. If you want to encourage them to drive in, adjust your space as such to encourage those different behaviors. You can play games to 3, best of 3, or if it's really hot like it is around here, you can play point and then just switch with the reds. The reds go in and they become the 1v1, giving players a chance to be involved, but not necessarily having that huge volume, huge load in the heat that we have. That's the session. That's the session activity. A lot of different habits you can build in for both attack and defense, but primarily 1v1, inside out. Cheers.